Hello, 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 hello. It is day 4, or technically it's day 5 of this little AI game generator because it's a little bit after midnight. Um, Basically, I found a place with a lot of trees. It looks a lot better. We still have the boxes for the level of detail as you get closer. You can see some of these, so there's a tiny tree there, but if I get closer, it gets bigger. That's what I expect. I like to see that. But some of these, oh, I don't like it when it rebuilds the world. Every time there's an update, it rebuilds the world and it just blanks me out. Okay, so now we've got little trees, right? If I get closer, they turn into boxes. So that is an issue. I have not addressed that issue. The main issue that I've had the AI working on today was music. Yesterday I left off with the random music that was just screaming at my brain that it just is not a song. There are still problems. Okay, so you can hear it's still a problem. Um, Oh, and I leave this open all the time because you can see this. I'm sending back the metrics of how long it takes to build up the scene, set up the audio, all that stuff, and the AI agent has access to a snapshot to evaluate. But anyway, the music is actually getting a little bit better. That is not an example of getting better. I know that. So here is the music laboratory. And you can see there's a lot more that it has been adding since yesterday. And some of the things you'll notice is there's actually the lead for this forest song that I was working on yesterday. It actually sounds like a voice, like somebody could sing with it. So I'll just play this. Okay, so yeah, it is still horrible. But notice this, we now have these patterns. The other thing is the percussion is actually in separate instruments that are playing throughout. There's a lot of music theory going on with song building and such that I can't really get into it here in this video. But a lot of the there's a lot of guardrails in place to evaluate if like chords go together with notes. um, and just how things end, and there's a little bit of stuff wobbling in here to humanize the music a little bit. So like instead of an exact time when the bass should come in, it might be off by a millisecond or two. Like there's a little bit of human jitter because humans are not perfect, so it tries to emulate that. But that's still not good until the song itself sounds like a song. So that's the main focus. We want a song that sounds sort of like a song. We're not here looking for singers or anything. We're just trying to get a MIDI file of instruments. Um, and then we have this contour graph that kind of gives you the planned idea of where it wants the music around. And then there's a lot of hits and misses and how far it drifts. Um, so far, nothing hits it. It's just it's bad. So that's a problem. And then I also have this ability to download not just the MIDI, but all of the sound files, the images that you see here, the data the parameters, and each instrument. So like this flute, that doesn't sound like a flute to me, but I can take that whole zip file and upload it to ChatGPT and tell it, okay, this is the progress and this is what it created. And ChatGPT will give me a list back saying, okay, these are all the items that need to be addressed with this with what its current state is. So it finally got to the end of cranking through that whole list of checklist items I had previously, and I was able to say, okay, here we go, and give me another list to prioritize. So we've got 92 items currently that I can see that ChatGPT gave me that it's going to just work on. So other than that, we don't have much else. I didn't work on the visuals today. I just pretty much focused it on song generation. Um, in the meantime, I'm also doing a lot of research on generally how game development works and what people are doing and what are the problems with games, what are the problems with procedurally generated games, what makes games interactive and fun, and what are the problems with AI generated content that people don't like. So I'm just trying to address the whole gamut of issues and just attack it that way. And yeah, so that's going to be fun. I also have OpenClaw in the background being set up. I've already got OpenClaw talking to OpenAI with Codex instead of the API itself, because I already subscribed to Codex with VS Code. So I want to get in on that subscription rather than having an additional payment. So I can make sure I use that subscription to its fullest rather than it's like a use it or lose it. If you don't use your tokens or your credits every week, you lose. You can't. It doesn't roll over. The other thing I want to get OpenClaw working for is that right now my laptop is open 24/7 running this. And I'm also fighting against the AI when I want to work on something. And so if I can get OpenClaw to run the AI on another computer, then I can, that gives me the freedom to work at my own pace on a specific thing separate from the AI. So the AI is like another developer who's constantly editing the same files, and it's just and I'm fighting it, and it's just it's bitten me a couple times where I figure it might know what it's doing. I give in, and then come later, I'm here writing a whole task list trying to get it under control to correct the problem I was trying to get it to correct originally because things got out of hand. A lot of how this works with AI is my checklists are very, very simple. I pretty much have an 80 character checklist, uh, a checklist item, and you have tons and tons of them, and the AI knows to check off one little thing, focus on one little thing at a time, and otherwise you can't just tell it, create a game. It's especially as the repository gets larger. It's able to use its knowledge from the past, use the tools to find out where it should be looking for another part of the game to edit once it picks up a task, and then runs with that. It's pretty much to help with the token usage when you have smaller tasks. So, yay! I'm gonna stop with that.